Hello, guys. Thank you so much for joining today's podcast on this Friday. My name is Yash, and I represent AppMasters as their performance strategy and growth lead. I hope you all are doing good today. Good to see you all. So, all right. I'm just going to say hi to a few people real quick. So, Five Live, the Happy Hour Finder app. Friday, who's up for the happy hours? We all are. Thank you so much for joining. Miguel, hi Miguel. Hello. Kalpesh Lohar, hi Yash. Hi Kalpesh. I hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for joining. All right, guys. So today I'm here in order to share with you guys some ASO and ASA tricks on a budget. So if in case you are on a budget right now and you have a strict tight budget with you, then maybe these tricks could be of some help to you. All right, Daniel. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, Juliet. Thank you so much for joining from Ireland. All right, that's great. Steve's not here, Sam, but yeah, it's me here. Thank you so much. Happy to see you too. Hi, Rafat. Thank you for joining. Rafat is our team member. So thanks, Rafat. Thanks for joining. All right, let's jump into the podcast real quick. And okay, I'm going to share you with some real tactics that can actually help you grow your revenues and downloads as well. All right. So the very first thing that we need to know is that why you need to add app and free in your keywords or in the keyword field. So I know that all of us pretty much know that app and free are those keywords that automatically get indexed by Apple. But then what is the benefit of adding app and free in your keyword section? So one of the best impacts that we have seen is in the autofills. That's correct. So if you are going to be looking at the autofills when you type in a certain keyword in the search bar on the App Store, then you'll find certain autofills and you'll find some keywords over there appearing that says dash app free or dash app free, right? So it could be any keyword. So I'm just fulfilling dash with a keyword, just fulfilling dash with a keyword, and then app free or app for free or app in iPhone, app for iPhone, right? Could be anything, right? So I would definitely recommend you guys to go ahead and fill in these characters app and free in your keywords field in order to see more impact and start appearing in those autofill suggestions. So sometimes what happens is that I've seen it for some of our clients. What happens is that when we integrate these keywords in the keywords field, then what happens is that their app starts to show up in the autofills, especially when we integrate these, forget free because free is something that we cannot really add into the title or subtitle, but then app is something that you can always look forward to adding into the title or the subtitle. So I would recommend you guys to go in, if you are targeting your main keyword, whatever it is so far, so just go in and then target that main keyword and put app in front of that, right? So for example, if your main keyword is, let's say, dating, right? Or let's say if this is something niche in the dating app. So like, it could be anything, right? International dating, for example. So international dating app, and maybe after that, just semicolon and your brand name, and you might start appearing autofills after that. So I'll share you a glimpse of the screenshot real quick on that front. So this is from India App Store, so you guys can pretty much see this. Okay, I'm so sorry about the full screens. I just did that slideshow thing. All right, let's wait on that. Okay, so you guys can see that this is from the India App Store, and you guys can see that you can see dating apps India, dating app India free, dating apps free. So that is what I'm talking about. So if you're gonna integrate these keywords app and free in your keywords field, you'll start appearing in these search results. Okay. So I don't know what's the algorithm of Apple is behind this that actually triggers you to appear here, but then this can actually help, even though if the volume for the keyword is like quite low, even if it's in the 5 traffic keywords, or if you start appearing over here in these autofills, you might get a handful of downloads from there. Okay. All right, I'm going to give you some more examples on this one. So let's see vision board, right? This is from United States. So you can see that, okay, vision board maker free, free vision board app, vision board free, vision board by Perfectly Happy. So Perfectly Happy is a brand here. Vision board maker, vision board 2024, right? Vision board Y, this is an app again. Same goes for this blood pressure app thing. Now, I know for both of these keywords that there's a lot of search volume around the keywords, which include app and free as well, both for blood pressure and vision board. So you can see that some of the brands have started to appear here, like Healthy Body, Smart BP, right? And then blood pressure app plus, I think this is an app as well. So trying to integrate these keywords these tactics can actually help you grow your downloads real quick. All right, let me stop sharing for a while so that I can actually take a peek at who other people are here. Hi, Marco. Thank you so much for joining. 5 Live. Hi, Yash. Big favor. Can you slow down? We're having a hard time understanding. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm going to be real slow from now onwards. All right. Okay. Good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. Hi, Kevin. Eric is here. Also worth adding game keyword for games? Yes, I would say so. So if you, okay, one of the important things that you might want to notice or you might want to highlight is that do not target game and games in title and subtitle, either target games or game. That is suffice. Apple is smart enough to have games indexed by itself, okay? So game is worth it, yeah, for sure. Okay, did you guys have any problem in understanding whatever I have spoken so far? If yes, then I can repeat it all again. Just let me know in the comments, please. Really appreciate that. All right, I'm going to be slow now. Sorry about that. Okay, share this. All right. Bonus tip for you guys. All right. So Dash app is the new .com. So if in case you guys remember the days back in 2005 when everybody was actually fighting in going after the .com domain. So now Dash app, or if I say Dash AI, is the new domain that you might want to have, right? In terms of the app store searches, not the website of things. So what you might want to do is that now you guys know your niche by yourself, whatever applications do you guys own so far. So for example, it is a let's say again international dating app, right? So what you can do is that name your app as international dating app. You might start appearing in those autofills like I told you earlier. And if not, then another thing that you can actually leverage on is Google ads, right? So there are certain keywords that are like dash app, dash fulfill it by any keyword that you want to target, and you might find a lot of searches in the US for that particular keyword. And there could be a possibility that nobody is really going after that keyword in Google ads searches, right? So whenever you search for these keywords, then you will be able to find out if someone is running ads on that. If not, then you go in and start running ads from there. We know from the data that one of our clients actually did the same trick, and what they end up having is that once they did this trick, they ran some Google search ads, and then they kind of started appearing up there in the Google searches, and they started to get downloads, like 100 downloads from Google every day, which is crazy, right? So you might want to leverage on this part as well. Same goes for like Dash AI thing. So I think it all depends on your keyword research. If your keyword research is like really strong, I might, you can leverage on these keywords like anytime. So again, one of the other things that I'd like to say is that if in case you have a website dedicated towards your app specifically, then you might want to SEO it a little bit, right? Just optimize it from the search engine optimization point of view, and Google will start indexing those keywords that you'll be having in your the website so far or the landing page so far, and then you might appearing higher over in the search results in the Google search engine. So I'll give you some examples for that as well. So you can see that I've taken like crazy keywords here. I don't want to go too niche, so I just want to give you a few examples. So for example, if you type travel app, this is from Google. I actually switched to a VPN and then took this screenshot from Google. So travel app, you can see that it has 8,100 searches so far. The cost per click is like really high because this is travel app. Of course, there's a lot of competition in here, but then you guys know your keywords. And then if in case your keyword has like good searches over there, then you might start advertising here. So you can see that for travel app, nobody's really, running ads at this point in time. So, and your app might also start appearing here if you are running, Google Ads USC, maybe, right? So you might want to leverage on that. And then I have another example, which is like dating app. Again, this screenshot is from US. You can see that it has 165,000 searches. Cost per click is really high, but then, again, you guys know your keywords. You can see that there are some apps that are running apps or maybe websites that are actually running some ads here. So your ad might start appearing here, right? And then once you take it off and then Google identifies that, okay, this guy is, or this particular app is getting good number of downloads, then they might rank you higher on the search engine result page, the SERP. All right. Okay. I'll stop sharing again so that I can take a peek at the comments real quick. Andres, oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you, appreciate that. Eric, thanks. All right. Sam Technical Lab, please keep a live session on ASO for Android app. For sure. Sam, just drop in your comments whatever you have in terms of Android ASO, and I'll answer those questions. No problem on that front. Okay. Hakuna Matata. Oh, glad to see you here. In your experience, how long does changes in app description takes to fully affect the result in the app stores, Android and iOS? 14 days. 14 days. iOS. Okay, so for iOS, the Apple Store doesn't really indexes the app description. So you might not want to change app description. Might not want to integrate some keywords in the app description, because you won't really see any keyword rankings if you would do that, because Apple App Store algorithm doesn't really indexes the app description. For Android, I would say that you should be able to see if you have done and if you have optimized the long description properly with like 3% density for every keyword that you might want to go after, then you will see changes after, let's say 14 days, right? That's to fully take effect. Yeah, exactly. 14 days or a little bit more than that, but you might want to check. All right. Bhavya Kurana, hi Yash. Hi Bhavya, thanks for joining. Bhavya is a part of our team too. Karan Singh, hi Karan, thanks for joining. Karan's a part of our team too. All right, Kalpesh Lohar, screen not share. Oh, all right. Sorry about that. Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm just, this is my very first time of doing a podcast. I don't really understand this. So, yeah, I'm finding a hard time in looking at these things. All right. So this is what I told you guys. Like I hope you guys had seen this one, like dating VPN photo editor. That's what I shared earlier with app and free side of things. And then we had vision board and blood pressure app that I shared with you guys. The autofills is the big thing. So even if that keyword doesn't really have any volume and if you start appearing in the autofills, it's great. You get, and then there's the bonus tip that I told you guys about, which is dash app is the new .com, right? And then I shared with you guys the travel app thing. Like, you guys can see that it has 8,100 searches. And then this is what I wanted to showcase you guys, that, nobody's really running the ad on this one at this point in time. So if in case you guys have that keyword in mind and you see that that particular keyword, which has app with itself has a lot of searches in US and there's nobody who's running ad right now, then you can go in, start playing with Google and start running ads over there. Okay. And then this is like dating app. I just wanted to showcase an example of this, like 165,000 searches so far, right? Okay. All right. Let me go back real quick. So screen not shared. I did share my screen. Okay. I did share my screen. All right. Can you guys see my screen now? If not, then just let me know about that. It's visible now. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for letting me know about that. Okay. All right. All right, let's say hi to a few more people here. Andres, okay. Sorry about that. Vivek, thanks for joining. Oleg, hi Yash, thank you. Does something like TTR, CR affect CPT or CPA in ASA? Of course it does. So, okay, this is a great question. All right. So does something like TTR or conversion rate affect CPT or CPA in ASA? I would say that TTR would affect the costs per tap a little bit. So you might always want to have good TTR for every keyword that you are targeting in Apple search ads so far. So here's one thing that I have a hunch regarding something, okay, and let you guys know about that. So I have a hunch that, even though the App Store algorithm doesn't really indexes the app description, but then I have a hunch that the Apple search ads algorithms actually indexes the app description. So you might want to make sure that whatever keywords that you are running your Apple search ads on, have those keywords in your app description and see what happens to your TTR after that. So I have an example for that. So for example, we had a very high-end client whom we were bidding on for Apple search ads, and then we had another client whom we were bidding for Apple search ads. That was a new application, this application that I'm talking about, the earlier one, which was like the one that had already a good download velocity in place, the other one did not have that good download velocity in place. So I was bidding on a keyword called calm. Now all of you guys know about the keyword calm, right? Now this is into a meditation space, and I'm talking about a space where the competition is like really crazy, right, over there. So I was bidding on calm. What I see while I bid on the keyword calm with that application that had higher download velocity was that I could see a high TTR over there because they had the keyword calm repeated like a lot of times in their ad description. That's one. Two, I cannot really say that it was only because of that, because it could be the download velocity as well that might have been playing a little bit of factor here, that Apple started to show me some good results with the keyword calm. It was really converting well for that keyword back then. Okay. And then with this another one, I did not really have the keyword calm anywhere in the app description. And despite of bidding like more than $10 on that particular keyword, I wasn't seeing any sort of impression at all. And then with this one, the one that had higher download velocity, they had the keyword calm. I was only bidding like $1.50 on that one, and I could see some impression share coming in, and that was like real crazy. $1.50. I don't know what was the factor that was playing role. It could be download velocity, like I said, could be the integration of the keyword calm in the app description as well. But I mean, I just have this hunch, so maybe you guys might want to see that if that helps or not. And just let us know, if you figure that out. We are trying it from our end to end. We'll keep you posted on the results. All right. Patrick, native English speaker, no issues understanding at your normal speed. Thank you so much, Patrick. Appreciate that. Sam Technical Lab, how many times Android titles should I repeat in long description? Okay, it depends on what keyword you are targeting. I wouldn't say, so Android title, when you say Android title, I'm sure that you are actually referring to the keywords that you have targeted in your title so far. So I would say that repeat it 3 times first, see what happens. Also, I would like you to take a peek at your competitors, what your competitors are doing in regards to that keyword. How many times are they repeating in their long description? Most importantly, see the one who is ranking at number 1 position. And that number 1 position app is repeating that particular keyword how many times in their long description. And you might want to match that and see what happens to that keyword's ranking after that, right? So that is going to be one thing. From the Android side of things, one more thing that I'd like to mention here is that make sure that you have your main focus targeted keyword that you really want to rank better for repeated like twice in your first paragraph itself. The other hunch that I had on Android, specifically on the long description, I'll tell you about this as well, guys, that integrating your keywords in the top 30 characters of the full description, like start your app description with your keyword itself. That actually helps. I've seen it working from my end, from a lot of clients. Okay, so I'll leave it up to you guys from now. So test this and then let us know the results. All right, Sam, thank you so much. Juliet, can you repeat where screen not shared, please? Yes, I can repeat that. Okay, so first of all, I covered the points which were related to app and free. I'm sure if you might have got that. And then I shared that dash app is the new .com. So you might want to bid on dash app keyword on Google search in order to get higher rankings if you have a landing page, high rankings on your in order to appear at a better place. And then in the SERP, and then Google might crawl your keywords that you have in your landing page so far, so that you can start appearing better when it comes to the organic searches. So that's what I shared next. All right, and then we have Karan here. It's visible now. Thanks, Karan. Why ASA don't run 0 impressions for all my keywords despite high max CPT? Why ASA? Oleg, why ASA don't run for all my keywords despite high max CPT bids? All right, Oleg, honestly, I have been facing this issue as well. There are certain keywords for which I don't see any impressions at all. Like I just mentioned, the calm example. There was this app on which I was bidding like crazy $10 or more than $10 on that one. Not that crazy though when it comes to calm. But then I was bidding like $10 on that, but I couldn't really see any impressions. So like I told you, I have a hunch that including that keyword in your app description might lead to some impression shares and some tabs after that. So you might want to integrate your keywords that you are bidding on in your Apple search ads in the app description. Okay. Sam, should I use title in short description Android also? No, I would say do not repeat your keywords in your short description if you're already targeting it into the title so far. All right. Kalpesh, can we change focus of app if we not able to rank significant? What should the criteria to understand app is not indexing after efforts? Can we change focus of app if we're not able to rank significantly? Okay, so again, Kalpesh, it depends on your app. You know your keywords better, you know the app features better. You might want to figure out keywords that have higher traffic and lower difficulty and focus on those keywords. And if you'll be focusing on those keywords, I'm really sure. And if you're really, following the right best practices, that is like whatever your focusing keywords are, maintain at least 3% density in the long description and go after those keywords with the help of your title and short description as well. Then you might start appearing at better position. This is only in terms of ASO, but if you are going to be running paid ads at the same time, then I'm sure you'll be seeing quicker results. All right, Eric, thank you. um Light is here. Hi, Light. Hello, Yash. I saw on two ASO tools about keyword density. One ASO tool said that best practice is to have 1 to 2% keyword density in long description, while another one said best is 3 to 5%. What do you think? 3 to 5%. Go for 3 to 5%. That's the best. I honestly, we have also targeted keywords like with 7% or more than 7% density and have seen good results with that too. So completely depends on what your competitors are doing. For example, if you are into, let's say, dating, right? So you go to Bumble, Tinder, etc. so far, and then see how much density do they have for that particular keyword. I don't really think that they would be having that long of a description in order to get indexed, because these guys have a lot of budget with themselves, so they can bid as higher as this possible. So I'll say take a peek at those people who are really trying to get themselves better, and then look at the densities that they are using, and you might want to follow the same, or make sure that you increase your density more than them in order to appear better. Okay. Work second time. Thanks. All right, Juliet. Thanks. Rafa. Okay. And then my app is very regional, Texas, Florida only. I'm running ASA. My CPT is over 1.25 and have a daily spend of $1 with over 150 keywords with average popularity around 30-ish. I'm not getting impressions. Thoughts? Again, same thing, right? So I have a hunch, like I said, integrate those keywords in your app description, see what happens after that. You might see some impressions after that. And like you said, that these keywords already have some popularity around 30-ish. I'm pretty sure that you might see some impressions after that. So go and see what happens and report us back. Let us know what happened after that. Olag, why ASA don't run 0 impressions for keywords with high SP? I'm not sure what SP means here, but yeah, if you can just let me know about that, that would be great. Why ASA don't run 0 impressions for keywords with SP despite high max CPD bids? Same thing. Okay. All right, thanks for joining, Laksh. Laksh is a part of our team as well. AR, hi. I'm currently ranking for certain keywords with a decent traffic score within the top 25, but I'm unable to progress further. I'm currently ranking for certain keywords with a decent traffic score within the top 25, but I'm unable to progress further. Do you have any suggestions? Yes. Unable to progress further. So I would say, dude, just go in, run some Apple search ads, and I'm I'm assuming that you might want to increase your ranking from the organic front, and you are already ranking in top 25. Go in, run some Apple search ads, like have like close to, maybe run like on exact match only, by the way. Don't run broad match. Okay, on exact match only these so I would just suppose that you have like 10 keywords that you already are focusing on right now. You have those straight focus towards those 10 keywords at this point in time. You might want to run the Apple search ads only on those 10 keywords in order to see the maximum impact, and you might not want to waste your budget on other keywords. Just bid on those 10 focused keywords on exact match, see what happens after that, and you might see some good results. In case of Android, Pretty much same. I would say that if you guys are running Google Ads UAC and you want to see certain good results, make sure that you implement your best keywords in the titles and descriptions, headlines and descriptions, so that you can see the best results. Okay. Sam, I'm very confused about most of the Android apps when I launch their vetting organic downloads. As I start Google Ads campaigns, organic downloads ended. Okay, very confused about most of Android apps when I launch their vetting organic downloads. I start Google Ads campaigns, organic downloads, and I'm really confused. I haven't really seen anything like that, Sam. I'm not sure why you are seeing this, but you might want to keep your campaigns on hold for a while until your keywords start getting indexed again, if they have got indexed by any chance, and then you'd be able to see if they start ranking better for you, and then start the ads after that again. Okay. Kalpesh, how to take bet on Play Store ranking because it takes 14 to 24 days to rank on a trial and test taking. Also, I'm an indie developer. Okay, how to take bet on Play Store ranking because it takes 14 to 24 days to rank and trial and testing taking time. How to take a bet on Play Store ranking? I mean, I would just say go for it. Like, why would you say that you want to take a bet on Play Store ranking? I'm not sure if I'm understanding your question correctly, but then, yeah, it takes a close to, like I said, 14 to 20 days approximately. See what happens. Run Google Ads, and yeah, you should be able to see some good results after that if you're following the best practices, like I mentioned earlier. All right, I'm gonna start sharing the presentation again real quick. Um, all right, yeah, so I have a lot of points to cover. So, okay, so we all know that the Apple App Store, the United States App Store, has now started to index like crazy number of localizations now, and I hope all of us are now have started to maximize on that already. One of the things that we have seen working is that anecdotally, we have found out that Vietnamese is the one which works just as well as Spanish Mexico. So I would really like it if you guys would follow this, like, just after completing the US and Spanish Mexico, go after Vietnamese. Forget about Chinese simplified, Chinese traditional, Russian, Portuguese, Brazil, Korean, or Arabic, or whatever other languages that are getting indexed by Apple App Store right now from the United States front. Go after Vietnamese and see what happens to your rankings after that. Another important thing to highlight here, keyword research plays a big role. If you have the right keyword research in place, you are going after the right keywords, following the best practices, then you will definitely see the impact. I have a screenshot to share with you real quick so you guys can see that okay, let me just see if yeah, it is available. Cool. Oh, okay. So I am able to showcase my screen. Just want to confirm that. All right. Okay, let's go to this real quick. So you can see the number of keywords that I've actually targeted in this Vietnamese localization so far. These are the keywords. I just blanked them out. So, but you can see the traffic volumes on these, and then you can see that we were ranking like nowhere. Only this one was the one keyword which was ranking at second position that I placed in VN title in order to maintain the position, or just in order to get better at it. But then you can see that I'd actually done a good keyword research around this particular app, found good keywords that had higher traffic and lower difficulty, and I went straight after all of those keywords. And you can see that I'd started to rank like higher for a certain number of keywords. For example, if you see this one, like it had a 30 traffic volume and 38 difficulty so far. We got to number 6 for this one. And then again, now this one had like 21 traffic. This one had again crazy traffic, 31. Not so crazy though, but sufficient enough to, if you rank in number 3 places for this one, you might be able to get like, so for, okay, this is the good thing to cover. So one more thing that I'd like to cover is that from one of our apps, we got to figure out that if you are ranking at number 1 position for a keyword that has a traffic score of somewhere around 30, you might be able to get somewhere around 40 downloads a day if you are ranking at number 1 position. So I would say that try as much as you can, and just start ranking with these high traffic, low difficulty keywords, utilizing this Vietnamese localization, and you might find some good results after that. Make sure that you run Apple search ads on these keywords too. That would actually help you gain higher rankings. Okay. All right. Let me see questions here. We have got some more questions. Sam, I face on 3 apps. Sam, I'd like you to give a try on all three and see what happens after that. Um, Nicholas, hi. What are the other good keyword research tools? Currently using AppWeek, but struggling to find good keywords to complete my keyword feed. All right, this is great. Okay, so I really like to know how other people have their keyword research process in place. So what we typically do is that we find AppFollow as one of the good keyword tools in order to do a keyword research. So you might want to get into AppFollow and do your keyword research from there. So yeah, I'll completely AppFollow. That's the way to go. Okay. This is not from my personal opinion. I mean, there could be some there must be some other keyword research tools out there. So make sure that you check all of those. By the way, okay. All right, and then we have one more. How often do you recommend updating keywords on app and Google Play Store? 1 month on both. So keep changing your metadata after every 1 month. That is actually going to help you rank higher for certain keywords. And refreshing your metadata actually helps you in a lot of things, in a lot of ways. So sometimes you can actually see some good conversion rates on the App Store Connect if you are refreshing your metadata on time. So when I say conversion rate, I'm actually referring to impression to install. So that actually helps a lot. So yeah, I'd say 1 month. Okay. Neeraj Kumar, भाई कोई अच्छी niche बता दो. Neeraj, I would say that, okay, by the way, guys, if you don't understand this, this is in Hindi, and he's asking if I can tell him a good niche that he can build his app on. So I would say that, dude, there's a lot that I have in my mind, but I would say that you might want to come up with your own keyword research, because I want to utilize that keywords for myself. So yeah, so just do your keyword research. So I would just say one thing over here. This is for everyone, okay, for all the indie developers out there and whosoever is watching this podcast so far. I would just say that what we have been doing these days is that don't execute or build an app on an idea that you have, right? Build an app on a keyword. So if you get to find a keyword that has high traffic, low difficulty, build an app on the top of that. That's what I would say. So do your keyword research according to that. And then, you might come across a keyword that has really high traffic and nobody's paying attention to that and has low difficulty too. And you might want to build an app on that keyword after that. So yeah. All right. Okay. When should you or should you not ask the user to register after install? Completely depends on the app that you have. I would say that, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Calm's onboarding. So I don't know if it's still into place, but then Calm used to have the registration screen right after their paywall so that they could showcase their paywall to like everyone who is installing the app. And I would recommend the same, that if you really want to build, if you really want to generate revenues, always showcase your paywall before your registration screen, so that you don't want to miss on the 100% chances that you are taking so far, right? So make sure that you showcase your paywall to each and every person who is downloading your app so far, right? So I've come across this question several times. I could back it up with the data, but I don't really have the data at this point in time, so I cannot share that. But yeah, I would say that paywall and then registration screen after that. If you're really keen on acquiring email addresses, then you might put registration screen first and then paywall after that. Because you guys might be Five Live, you might be looking forward to doing some email drip campaigns or etc. to get users back inside the app. But I would say that you kind of place the paywall first and then registration screen after that. So even if somebody wants to start a trial, or even if it's a hard paywall, then you make them just if they just hit that start trial button, then you might want to, then you just make them just you have to register no matter what happens. So that's the way to have users see your paywall. Okay. Okay, we have a lot of questions coming in here. Okay. Oh, Nicholas, thanks for sharing that. Love that. Okay. For localization, do you need to have the title, subtitle, and description in that localization language? For sure, yes. Nicholas, how do you know if a 5 volume keyword is worth ranking for? Okay, so it's worth ranking for if it is related to your niche so far, right? So, for example, if you are in the sleep sound space, if there is a certain sound that has like a five traffic score, and that sound is something which is really which really have that feature inside your app, then that is definitely a keyword to go after. All right. Oh, first comment from Facebook. Hi, Asan. Recommend my best keyword tool for iOS. Recommend me best keyword tool for iOS and Android. Dude, I just mentioned that earlier. So I would say app follow from my personal opinion, but you might want to check all the other tools in this space and figure out the right one for yourself. All right, David. Hi, David. What do you think about the difference of the keyword game? Is there any difference for the algorithm? If this is Apple, so this is for both kind of Apple and Google both. I think both of these stores are smart enough to figure out if you are going after a game, they would also get you indexed for keywords related to games. If you are not really getting indexed, and if you are finding it really hard for yourself to get indexed for keywords which have games with themselves as well, I would say that place it somewhere in your keyword field or subtitle. If you're using game in the title, then place games and subtitles, see what happens after that. You might get indexed, and then start bidding on the keyword with the help of Apple search ads in case of ASA, and with the help of Google UAC in the case of Android, and then you'll see a good increase in the keyword ranking if you're following the best practice of the ASO and the paid advertisement strategy as well. Okay. Opera, thanks for joining. I've built an Islamic quiz app which has high traffic but low volume. Yet in Google Play, I don't get a download unless I promote it. What should I do? I mean, this Islamic quiz app is a really niche thing to have. Um, I would say that honestly, I haven't really come across any keyword that actually is related to quizzes in Islamic space yet. So I believe that there's no real search traffic on most of the keywords here. So in this case, I would rather say that go after a macro influencer, find a macro influencer for yourself, and then ask them to talk about your app, and then you might want to run ads with the help of that video, and that could actually help you get downloads. Otherwise, I don't think there's any other way. Organic downloads are really difficult to get if you are in a niche app like this that really doesn't have any search volume on any keyword. So yeah, macro influencers for sure. Go for it and see what happens. Okay. Kalpesh. Okay. I'm having a homework helper app on Play Store, getting 8 downloads and good CPI, but getting 1 to 3 downloads per day organically. Totally having around 3.5K downloads and 65 reviews. Suggestions? Okay, so Kalpesh, can you just let me know that what on what front would you like my suggestions on? Is it on the organic front, or is it on the organic front, so that I can give you suggestions according to that? I think it's on the organic front, because you already mentioned that you are getting paid downloads and good CPI. Yeah, I would say that organic front, just mention the practices that I've just told you about. Just have a proper keyword density, optimize on the best keywords possible, place the high traffic keywords and the short description, and see what happens after that. You might want to also have to try the I don't know where your rating prompt currently is, but make sure that it's somewhere after your FTUE, right? The first time user experience, so that you can get more ratings. And then, when people find more ratings on a certain app, they are more likely to download it if they are seeing it somewhere in the search results. So yeah, see if you can increase more ratings by following this tactic. Okay, Sam, but also keep in mind, if your mean metadata experiment does goals can also impact your campaigns. Run wisely your experiments. One of my icon experiment cost me 10 more. Oh yeah, totally agree. Okay, Juliet, what is considered high traffic and low difficulty? That is what numbers? Thank you. Juliet, high traffic, it could be anything from, let's say, 20 to 60 high traffic, and then low difficulty, I would say anywhere from starting from 0 to 40. Low hanging fruit, maximize payable views. Exactly. That's the thing, Nicholas. Thank you so much for highlighting that. Okay. 5 Live, okay. How do you leverage an app or push notification to get users to sign up for subs? Whoa. Okay. All right. This is a very in-depth question. So I would say that you have to follow certain tactics, kind of come up with a format that, okay, day 0, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, I would like to showcase this and this thing to the particular person. So first of all, just deliver them a quick win that, okay, this is what you're going to be getting inside the app. And then just, second time, I would say this, just promote one of your features that, okay, you might be, just give them a little bit of FOMO that, okay, you might be missing out on this and this thing. And then third day, hit them with the discount. Fourth day, hit them with the discount again. Fifth day, show a testimonial. Sixth day, give them a motivation. And that should actually help you increase your trials. And yeah, if someone has not opted for trial yet, then they might start up. They might opt for trial after that. All right. Okay. What are the top in-app events we should be tracking and monitor in MMP? Top in-app events we should be tracking and monitor in an MMP. Okay. So I don't know what kind of MMP you're using, but I would say, first of all, if you have a registration screen, then complete registration. Number 2, so the home screen, if they hit a paywall, I think it could be anything, right? In your user's journey so far, you can just track any all the in-app, all the events so far, right? Whatever you have in your application so far. So you should be tracking all of those. The main ones I would be saying the complete registration thing, and then second could be the start trial for sure. Third could be the purchase event, the subscription event. That is something that that you can track in an MMP, and that with the help of these metrics, you'd also be able to leverage on your paid ads as well. Okay. Sunil, what is your favorite paid traffic channel for iOS and Android? Oh, I'm not sure if you are asking for like if okay, so favorite paid traffic channel, I would say for iOS, Apple Search Ads, Facebook for sure. Android, again, Google UAC and Facebook for sure. iOS, I would say TikTok as well, because we are seeing a good impact from TikTok side of things. So you might want to leverage on that. So basically, Apple Search Ads, Google, Facebook, and TikTok for iOS, and Google. The next one is going to be Facebook, and then yeah, and then TikTok for Android. Okay, Kalpesh Lahore Organic. I'm not sure where this is coming from, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to share the next tactic real quick. Otherwise, I'll just get stuck in replying to your guys' comments. So okay, so like I told you earlier, that remember it's going to be your keyword research that is going to help you reach places. Try finding as much high traffic, low difficulty keywords as possible. Optimize for Vietnamese right out of Spanish Mexico. So that is something that I'd already mentioned in front of you guys. Okay, third, experimenting with long tail keywords. Okay, so what we have found out that long tail keywords are pretty much easier to rank with, because we have found out that there are very less number of people that are actually going after them. People are not paying attention to long tail keywords. So if your keyword research is awesome, and if you figure out a certain long tail keyword that actually covers your other keywords as well, make sure that you go after that in your title and subtitle itself, right? So the second point, like you see, it should cover your short tail keywords, and you can easily rank with those as well. So the long tail keywords are more accessible and leads to more specific searches, that is for sure. And it also helps you in attracting more consumers who want your product. So if you get to rank higher for them, you are surely making some revenues from there. Okay, so important thing to highlight here, like I've already mentioned, that you guys have to make sure that these keywords are targeted in your title and subtitle. If in case you have a new app, I don't really think that brand name doesn't really plays an important role. That's just my thinking. That's just one man's opinion. So maybe you can just, lean in or lead with the keywords instead of having a brand name in place in order to optimize the characters that you have in the title or in the subtitle in case of iOS, or in title in case of the Android side of things. So make sure that you go after the keyword, the long tail keyword especially, right? So like I've also mentioned here that these are often being ignored by everyone, and most of us tend to go after X, Y, and Z. These are three different keywords instead of a combination which is X, Y, Z that will actually include the X, Y, Z keyword that you would want to target. And if you are actually targeting X, Y, Z instead of X, Y, and Z, going after them like X, Y, and Z, if you go after X, Y, Z straight, then this will also help you rank higher with X, Y, and Z separately, right? Again, it's going to be your keyword research that's going to help you find out keywords like these. I don't really have a lot of data on using long tail keywords in the keywords field yet. I'm continuously testing on that front. Whenever I'll be having a strong concrete data to share with you guys on that end, I'll share you with that as well, that whether having long tail keywords in the keywords field actually yield to actually helps you in getting better rankings as well or not. Okay, I have a few examples to showcase you guys with this long tail keyword thing. So you can see this app called Home Workout for Men. So look at that. They're going after home workout. They're going after workout for men. They're going after home workout for men. And no subtitle over there, right? So this is the benefit of actually going after long tail keywords, right? So people are not paying attention to them, and if you have the keyword with yourself, then you can leverage on that. Might want to you'll get all the downloads, right? If you're ranking it in the top position or even in the top 3, you'll get some at least some downloads, right? If you're going after long tail keywords. All right, second, I do have one more example, which is pre-K preschool learning games. I found this keyword. This is like a 30 traffic keyword, which is real crazy. Like something like pre-K preschool learning games would have 30 traffic keyword on iOS store. So you can actually see that there are some applications out there who are trying to maximize on that front, right? So pre-K preschool learning games, right? They're going after that one. Pre-K preschool learning games. This guy has like put it pretty much similar to what I have searched for, and this is like a 30 traffic keyword. So here, if you put keywords like these, like this, you can start ranking. Now, I'm not sure if these guys would be able to beat this guy, this app so far, but then you'll start appearing in at a better position if you'll go after long tail keywords and title and subtitle, if you figure out some for yourself, right? All right, that is something that I had. So I'll just go back and see what your guys' questions are. Okay. All right. So Patrick, I just released an app to iOS on Tuesday. Downloads are trickling in, approx 10 per day. Okay. So far, how long should I wait before modifying keywords or running ads? Dude, I would say that wait for a while before you start running ads. Observe how your keywords are performing for you, and then once you figure that out, then start running ads just after that. So initially, just take like 20 days of, like I said, you might want to refresh. You always, you'll be able to see fluctuation in the rankings, or some other keywords start to rank for you after 15 to 20 days. So yeah, 15 to 20 days, I would say, and then you can just see the ranks again of the keywords that you have targeted in your metadata so far, and then start running ads after that. Okay. I'm following you guys from long time and following best practice. That's amazing, Kalpesh. Thank you so much for that. Thoughts on Firebase for Google Analytics? I'm not sure what you want to ask here, Nicholas. So if you can just let me know what specifically would you want me to answer on that front, I'd definitely go in and answer that for you. All right, Sunil. What is your tool stack to track data? Things like paid campaign ROI. Go for any MMP, dude. MMPs are the way to go. So any MMP would work best. Go for any MMP, and you'd be able to measure your ROI from there. One thing that we have been trying to, so if you don't really have, if you can't really afford an MMP, because you're talking about something on a budget here, right? So if you don't have an MMP in place and you are not able to afford that right now, then what you can actually do is that if in case you have an iOS app, I would say go ahead, create a custom product page, which would be a replica of your default product page, and integrate that uh, with your ad group in the Apple search ads. And then, you'll actually be able to see everything in your analytics section, the App Store Connect by product page after that. So total downloads by product page, total sales by product page. So you're actually be able to measure your ROI from there. So if you go like total proceeds by product page in the App Store Connect analytics section, then you'd be able to see that, okay, I've generated this much of sales or proceeds from this campaign so far. Whatever I've spent, it is more than that, it's less than that, and then you'd be able to see your ROI, or measure your ROI on the basis of that. Okay. All right. Rather than continuing to spend more money and time on your app, how would we know when is a good time to shut it down? I would say that, I think every product has the potential to get better in terms of its features, in terms of marketing. So I won't really say that you really have to shut it down. I think you have to just keep on optimizing as much as you can, look at as much competitors as possible, see what they are doing, follow the best practices that we have been sharing so far, something you are grabbing from some other sources so far, and then keep implementing them. I'd say that, rather than just feel like, okay, I'm going to give it up on this, I don't want to invest my time and energy on this one anymore. I would say that give it your time if you have. If you don't have, then it's your decision, but give it your best time, and then give all your efforts towards that, and then you're definitely able to see some results if you're following the best practices. So yeah. Thanks, Steve. Great job, Yash, watching from a plane. Thank you so much. Have a great journey, Steve. I'll see you soon. Sir Cla, on App Store, what to use for promotional text? Any tips? Yes, yes, I do have tips on that. So promotional text, again, I've been saying that if you have a certain keyword in mind that you find high traffic and low difficulty score on, and your app is actually focused towards that niche, make sure that you mention that particular keyword in your promotional text, and create your promotional text focusing on everything around that keyword so far. And you will actually see some impact from Apple search ads coming in, and then some impact from the organic side of things coming in as well, and your attention would basically be grabbed by the users who are actually looking for something like that. So for example, if I'm looking for a vision board, and if you have something related to vision board specifically in your promotional text, if you are ranking in, let's say, top 5 positions so far, I go inside your product page, I see the very first text on the long description, which is related to vision board itself, and I actually came in with a search intent which was related to vision board at the very first instance. So I'm more likely to download the app after that, right? Because that's what my intent is. I want to download something related to vision board, and you are talking about vision board right in your promotional text, right? So make sure that you optimize on the best feature and integrate and talk about that feature in your promotional text, right? That would be beneficial for you. I hope that answers your question. All right. Agree, Steve. These are hard questions. Good job, Yash. Thank you so much. Okay. 5 Live, the Happy Hour Finder app. That's a tough decision that only you can decide. But if you feel in your gut it's time to move on, then you're probably right. Agree, Steve. Thank you so much for answering that. Patrick, thank you. Thank you. All right. I'm going to get back to the presentation again. So, all right, let's go in. I hope you guys are able to see my screen now. So I'll lean into different things. Okay, so yeah, so pre-K preschool learning games, that's what the last one that I had shared, home workout for men. From experimenting with long tail keywords section, I shared these keywords, home workout for men, and then pre-K preschool learning games. And then one more that I have is like this one, piano kids music songs. So I just found out that this keyword has like a 26 traffic keyword, and you can see that nobody's really using piano kids music songs, right, in their title. right? So that's what I'm telling you guys. If you find a keyword like that nobody's really going after, and you mention it in your title, then you are more likely to rank for it at the first position. So now this is the 26 traffic keywords. So this guy might be getting a good number of downloads. So like I mentioned, if you are going after 30 traffic keyword, ranking at number 1 position for that, you are likely to get close to 40 downloads a day, 40 organic downloads a day. Now this guy having ranking at number 1 position for a 26 traffic keyword must be able to grab somewhere around 25 to 30 downloads a day. But then again, one of the other things that comes into picture is that he only has 10 ratings in place and only rated number at one star here. So this might be causing some problems to this app. But then this is the way to go. Like target these long tail keywords if you come across them, and nobody, especially if nobody is using them so far, right? Okay, let me jump into, okay, nobody's have any questions. All right, I'll jump to the next point now. All right, this is something that is really important. So do you really need subtitles, right? I have been trying my best to come up with as much data as possible on this. Haven't really come across a lot of data, but when I'll be having a solid and concrete evidence on, not having a subtitle actually helps you, I'll share it with you guys. Okay. So what I've heard that, not using a subtitle actually helps you. So for example, if your title has like 100% of weight and you don't have a subtitle in place, then the weight of that subtitle will actually get assigned to your title, or your title weighs 200% instead of 100%. So now you're more likely to rank for those keywords. Okay. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I can't really say whether this is working at the moment, but for the ones who have new applications, I think it may be helpful for you if you guys try this. So I've also started to test this, trying to aggregate some data here. Whenever I'll have some, I'll share it with you. But I have a few examples to share because I figured out some applications who are actually not using any subtitle at this point in time and ranking at better positions. So for example, this one, like I mentioned earlier, home workout for men. So this app, you can see that it's not using any subtitle, right? This is the category name. These are going after this keyword only, like the home workout for men, which is a long phrase, which has decent traffic score. I think somewhere around between 25 to 30, I believe. Not sure about that, but should be somewhere between that. But yeah, look at this. Like they're not using any subtitle yet, ranking at number 1 for home workout for men. And there's no one else who is going after that keyword. Maybe because they might have, they might have something legal on this, so they are not letting anyone else use this keyword so far. But then you can see that they are not using any subtitle, ranking at number 1 for this keyword by not using subtitle, right? Same goes for this one, like I mentioned earlier, piano kids music songs, again a long tail keyword, not using any subtitle at all, and managed to rank at number 1 position after that. After this app, whoever is behind this app targeted this keyword, they got to get into number 1 position after that. So I think this is worth a shot. Like I said, if you guys have a new application, you might not want to fidget with your subtitle. If in case you already have an application in place that has like good number of downloads, good ratings, and you have some good revenues coming in. But if you are starting a new application, experiment on this and see what it leads to. And once you are done targeting it this way, make sure that you run some Apple search ads on that keyword after that, only on exact match though. See what happens. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing for a while and then see some more comments here. Sam, the slides will be available after the session ends. You can always go back to this video once the live stream is over, so you can see the slides from there. All right, Kalpesh, thank you, Yash. Happy to see you from Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Thanks, Kalpesh. Happy to see you too. Have a safe journey, Steve. Steve, there are some comments coming in for you, dude. You're still here despite of you not being here. That's amazing, man. That's the presence that you won't want to make. Like, everyone wants to make here. Still somewhere when you are not there. Again, can you define what is a new app in the context of the subtitle hack? 6 months, 1 year, etc. No, I would not want to. I would not want you guys to risk it, especially when you are like 6 months in on App Store or 1 year in on App Store. Especially if you are just initially introducing an app recently, like, or it's been just like 1 or 2 months, and you are really finding it hard to get indexed for some keywords, then you might want to try this hack out. All right, I have one more comment here that I'd like to show. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, same as some app, I found that having good downloads and having around 250 characters in full description for Play Store. Yes. Okay. More things to share here. I'll go back to the presentation again now. Okay, number 5. So I've already shared this with you guys. Crafting screenshot marketing copies that actually work. This is one of the most important things, and I believe that if you guys are really finding it hard and if you are on a budget, I think crafting good marketing copies will actually work in your favor. Now, how are you gonna craft good marketing copies? This is what I'm going to be sharing in this slide. Okay, so don't have boring screenshot copies, instead make them interesting. But then how? So put your keywords in the marketing copies, guys. Get users to see what they want to see. Okay, you know what their search intent is. You might want to showcase them what they want, right? If they see what they want, then they are more likely to download your app after that. Okay, so screenshot number 1, mention the most important keyword for your application, essentially the one that you want to be ranking number 1 for. So for example, it is international dating app. Again, taking that example, I don't know why I'm moving back to that international dating thing again and again, but then this is what just coming into my mind right now. So anyways, for example, if you want to rank number 1 for international dating app, you can start like in the very first screenshot, be like, okay, be like, it wouldn't be the right thing to claim that you are number 1 international dating app because you have just started and you are not really seeing things moving around right now, or you are struggling to move a needle so far, right? So it might not be the best way to say that you are number 1 international dating app, but then you can say that one of the best international dating apps, or I don't know, it's up to you if you want to claim that you are number 1 international dating app. If you believe in your product, I'm sure that every indie developer believes in their product. That I think you can make that claim. I don't think that it's bad. So make that claim that you're number 1 international dating app and go after it that way. Screenshot number 2, social proofs. Yes, you definitely need to have some social proofs in there, because people, when they land on the product page, they actually want to see some social proofs. If you have some social proofs in place, for example, if you have got featured somewhere, you might have seen a lot of applications these days reflecting it on your screenshots that they have been featured on the Apple App Store, right? That they have been featured on CNN, BBC, or some kind of another magazine, or good articles or news channels, right? They kind of mention that over there, all the social proofs that they have. So you might want to utilize on that. Now, if you are on a budget, you haven't been able to figure out what that social proof could be, then one of the best thing that you can do is that follow the greatest growth hack that we shared in our earlier podcast when I and Steve was doing it together. We actually shared you with the greatest growth hack. Go and see that video once again. Run an app advice campaign, increase your number of ratings, and once you are like, with the help of app advice campaign, you'll be able to increase your ratings. Once you have like good number of ratings in place, then you can pretty much showcase that, okay, now we have like a 4-point-star, 8-star ratings. So now this is something that becomes your social proof. So you can always come up with these social proofs by trying certain tactics. So app advice is one of the best ones. So go for app advice, see what happens after that. Once you once you have your app featured over there, and you definitely be able to see good results coming in once you have social proofs in place. Screenshot number 3, definitely have a call to action in place with a keyword showcasing the feature and the screenshot associated with it. So what I mean over here is that, let's just say that you have daily affirmations in your as a feature inside your application, right? So you might want to come up with a line or that is related to daily affirmations. So you know have a verb in there, and then have your main keyword or your main feature up there in the screenshot. That's what I would want you to take into consideration right here. Change your screenshots that way. And if you guys want to A/B test it, A/B test it. But I haven't really seen that much of an impact after A/B testing. Honestly, with the with the applications that have like crazy numbers of revenues coming in or crazy number of downloads coming in, I haven't really seen A/B testing screenshots worth it anymore, because it doesn't really showcases, that high of an improvement to you, or it doesn't really have that much of a confidence. Even if it shows like 3% improvement or like 2% improvement, then sometimes it just doesn't shows that confidence level that they have. Like they would just show that we have like 50% confidence that they would actually perform better for you. So I'm a little bit hesitant in just applying those screenshots after that once I've A/B tested those screenshots. But then yeah, I would say that just once you are done optimizing your screenshots, implementing your main keywords in your screenshots, or going after the screenshots with the CTA, then you are more likely to convert more people from product page views to downloads after that. So screenshot number 3, pretty much the same thing that I've just told you. Screenshot number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, same things. If you want to optimize on all the 10 screenshots that Apple has given, Apple has given you the right to, like, you can have 10 screenshots. So optimize on all these screenshots like this. And then screenshot number 9, have some testimonials in place. And then screenshot number 10, convey what your application does in a short and sweet way. So for example, okay, let me come up with an example real quick. So for example, okay, yeah. For example, I recently seen a scanner app, so which is like a product scanner. So what I saw in the last screenshot was like, when in doubt, scan it, right? So this is something I'm talking about. So subtle and good subtle messaging that actually kind of conveys the user that what this application is all about this, and convey it with the right manner, actually helps you convert those product page views into downloads. I hope this is understandable. But let me know in the comments if you have any questions in regards to this, and I'll reply you on that. Okay. All right. Let's go back to some more questions that I have in here. Okay. All right, Steve is here in the comments if you guys need anything. So please feel free to ask questions here. He'd be replying you guys. I'm here in the comments if you guys need anything. All right, from everywhere, Steve. That's great. Facebook, and then YouTube as well. And then 5Live says, Yash, are you for or against using videos as a screenshot in the app Play Store? Steve flip-flops on this one. Yes, honestly, 5Live, we have actually seen mixed results on that. So I would say that if you are in the productivity or utilities category, then you then I would definitely recommend you guys having a video in the store. But if you guys are not into any of these two categories, we have kind of seen mixed results in every other category so far. So I'll also flip flop on this one a little bit. This is a little bit, yeah, concerning. I would not test video if I'm not in the utilities or productivity space, honestly. But it's up to you guys. Test it, see what happens, and then yeah, just let us know so that we won't be flip flopping anymore after that. If we have some data in place to share with you guys, or you guys can share it with us too. All right. Okay, I'll move on to the next slide now, which is, all right, this is big. So now, I'll let you know pretty much like how our onboarding process looks like, at AppMasters. So whenever we have a client in place, the very first thing that we kind of check in is what are they doing on iPhone and what are they doing on iPad? Like how much downloads are coming in from iPhone end and how much downloads and revenues are coming in from the iPad front side of things, right? So if you can't make it on iPhone, I would suggest you to go and check your iPad numbers, because we have been seeing that the keywords on iPad move really fast. So if you guys don't know about this, then, and if you see some good numbers on your app store, you guys know your numbers already, right? So if you guys are seeing good numbers on the iPad side of things in your App Store Connect, make sure that you go in your Apple search ads and then create your iPad campaigns separately, right? That will actually help you in getting better at iPad rankings, because honestly, we don't really have any option in putting a separate title, subtitle, and keywords field for iPad in the App Store. We only have it for, like, it is applicable for both iPhone and iPad, right? So, and all of us pretty much tend to focus on the iPhone side of things instead of iPad. You guys should just go in and see how iPad is working for you, and then, yeah, run some Apple search ads, and you'd be able to see that you guys will actually be able to optimize. You guys will actually be able to optimize on the rankings from the iPad side if iPhone is not moving for you guys right now, right? Okay. So also, I have an example in place. So we are running more than $50,000 a month in the peak seasons on Apple search ads, targeting only for iPad. For one of our clients, they're in a super competitive space, and they're number one for most of the high traffic keywords now. So we figured out that most of their downloads and revenues are coming from iPad. And when we figured that out, we were like, okay, let's turn off all our iPhone campaigns for now. Let's just focus on iPad. And now all what we do is just run iPad campaigns. And they're, like I said, like, they're pretty much in number one, number two positions for most of the high traffic keywords for their application so far. So I do have some screenshots to share with you guys here. If you guys see that we have been running like these campaigns, and then this is from 2023, by the way. So you guys can see that we have been running it across the globe, like not all the countries so far, but the ones that actually generate some downloads and revenues for them. Basically, the revenues, not the downloads. We are running Apple search ads for this particular client in these countries. And then you guys can see that we have been pretty much running it like that. And you guys can actually see that we have spent like close to $54,000 this one. So we have even ran like $70,000 on this client, like in another peak season, peak month, basically. So that's what I had for you guys on the iPad side of things. So yeah, if you guys are not really able to move your keywords faster from iPad, look at your iPhone, look at your iPad too. Yeah, it's worth going after iPad. Okay. I'll just look at the comments real quick. Okay. Vivek, suppose if I'm using any keyword in mockups and not using that particular keyword anywhere in the title, subtitle, or keywords field, so is there any chance for me to increase CVR or rank on keyword for the same, I believe? Okay. Yes, I mean, pretty much I would say that, like I mentioned, right? You always want to make sure that um, you are actually having those keywords in your screenshots that which your app is all about, right? And whatever keywords that you guys would be using in your metadata are definitely going to be the ones which are related to your app so far. So I'm pretty much sure that whatever keywords that you'll be using in your screenshots are going to be the ones that you are actually using in your metadata. So yeah, it will definitely help you increase your CVR. We have seen that. Okay. App masters, no stress, Steve. You're on vacation. Yeah. Yes, for iPad ASA, doesn't matter if our app is not optimized for an iPad. I would say that, you might want to take a peek at your sales, and then, once you figure out that your sales are bumping up, then you might want to optimize it for iPad first and then run Apple search ads after that, because you don't want to, just run Apple search ads for iPad, then give those users, those paid installs, a bad experience, according to me. So yeah, make sure that you optimize on iPad first and then run Apple search ads after that. Okay. All right. I do have one more thing to share with you guys, which was this: that don't sleep on your Apple search ads basic. This is really important. Okay. So if you guys are not really able to figure out something from the Apple search ads advanced side of things, and it's coming too costly for you, then we believe that Apple search ads basic is worth a try for sure. All right. Now, Steve has already shared some numbers on this, and then I'll share my screen with you guys on that so that I can, yeah, pretty much share Steve's LinkedIn post on that on this end. Okay, so like he said, don't sleep on ASA Basic. We are having our biggest sales month for our newest app with over $2,500 in sales in March 2024, and the only traffic sources besides ASO is ASA Basic. That's what I am talking about right here. That if you are seeing higher costs per install from your ASO, from your Apple Search Ads Advanced, try going after ASA Basic and then observe your revenues after that. So this is from one of our ads, right? So now Steve says that to give you a context, we spent $1,000 on ASA Advanced, and since we can only afford $1 CPI, I decided to give ASA Basic a try, right? So our cost per install was like our ideal cost per acquisition was like only $1, which is pretty low, right? If you go into some competitive space. So here are the numbers. Now he shares his numbers. So November 2023, $930 in sales, no ASA spent, because we have been able to leverage on the app advice strategy that we had shared with you guys earlier, right? That's how we got these $933 in sales. And the December $800 in sales, we spent $937.07 on ASA from the advanced side of things, and we pretty much saw $1.55 CPI. And then January 2024, $1,633. Again, this was on advanced, and we saw that we had like 1,084.77 spent with 1.474 CPI. On Feb 24, you can see that we had like this much number in sales, and then our ASA spend was 1.12 CPI. Now, right after these numbers, November, December, January, February, when we were running Apple search ads, that I believe somewhere in Feb, we switched to Apple Search Ad Basic, and then we got to see a sudden decline in our CPI. And then when as soon as we hit March, we just stopped our Apple Search Ads Advanced campaigns, and we were like, okay, you know what? We don't want to pay a lot of attention to these ASA campaigns anymore, because these are anyway taking a lot of our time. So we're like, okay, let's just run it on Apple Search Ads Basic. And that's how we got to know that our Apple Search Ads Basic, we only spent like $750 on ASA Basic, and was able to generate $2,706 in sales, which is more than all these months, right? And then the only CPA that we got was like 0.90, 90 cents, 90 cents. So next steps, I increased the monthly ASA Basic budget to $3,000 a month. Now we're like, okay, we don't want to spend like $1,000 or $1,000 or maybe $750 on ASA anymore. We would like to increase it and see what happens after that. So now what we have done is that we have increased our ASA Basic budget to $3,000 a month now. Now we are going to report you back with the numbers in the once April gets over, that what happened when we increased our ASA Basic budget. Did we get to maintain the same CPI that we were getting earlier, like this 0.901, or did it raise, or was it like we were able to get the same download numbers, or was like we were able to get a hike in sales, or did the sales drop after that? But what we have experienced so far is that ASA Basic is actually helping right these days. I'll tell you one another story on this. So one of our clients was only running Apple Search Ads Basic. He was running like close to $6,000 on Apple Search Ads Basic only, and he was pretty much able to rank in top 3 places for his main keyword, like for the keywords what his application was all about. He was pretty much ranking in top 3 for all the keywords related to his application so far, and then he was able to get some good revenue out of those Apple Search Ads Basic. So don't sleep on Apple Search Ads Basic, guys. I strongly believe that they have started working, and you might want to test that. So test it and then see what happens, and then let us know that this is what you have come across. And we'll share our numbers with you as well in the month of once April is over, and then we'll see how did Apple Search Ads Basic help our application, and then you guys can share your numbers with us too. All right, let me see if there are. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I wasn't sharing my screen. I just realized. Okay, so I'll just repeat it once again. I'm so sorry about that. So don't sleep on ASA Basic. I don't know if you guys have seen this post earlier, but if not, then you can see it right now. So don't sleep on ASA Basic. We are having our biggest sales months for our newest app with over $2,500 in sales in March 2024. And the only traffic source besides ASO is ASA Basic. So to give you context, we spend $1,000 plus on ASA Advanced, and since we can only afford $1 CPI, I decided to give ASA Basic a try. Here are the numbers. I just said all the numbers, and I just forgot that I wasn't sharing my screen. It's a little bit tough over here in this software. Just have to kind of figure out that, okay, now I have to switch onto this screen, switch onto that screen, go onto that comment, and then just, it's too much to operate. And this is the very first time that I'm doing a podcast, so a solo podcast. So I'm so sorry about the problems that I might be giving you guys, but please bear with me. So November 2023, $933 in sales, zero ASA spent. So like I told you, in this very first month, we were utilizing on that greatest hack that we had find out. So yeah, the app advice campaign. So make sure that you guys do that whenever you are releasing your new app. That's how we were able to generate like $933 in sales, and then December 2023, $800 in sales, and then this is our ASA spend on ASA Advanced. December 20, these are January 2024 numbers. Again, ASA spend on Advanced. These are February 2024 numbers. Again, ASA spend on Advanced, and then when we kind of felt like, okay, we can't dedicate this much of time to this application anymore, we would rather like to switch on ASA Basic and see what happens after that, because we had this data back from one of our clients that he was basically spending $6,000, like I said earlier, and he was able to rank in top 3 for most of the keywords which were relevant to his application, pretty much making 1.5x or 2x of what he was spending on ASA Basic at that point in time. So March, we decided to shift to ASA Basic, and you guys can see it by yourself that we spent like $750. You guys can see it over here, $752.19. That is something that we had spent and got 837 installs. And then you guys can see that we had only gotten it in on $90 so far, and we have been able to make $2,706 in sales, which is pretty much like 3.5 or 3.75 times of what we had spent. All right, guys. Okay, me get through some comments real quick. Okay, what have taken this one? Sam, if my campaign CVR is low, but often screenshots experiment go positive, what should I do? Same for campaign CTR, but the icon experiment goes positive. Okay. If my campaign CVR is low, but often screenshots experiments go positive, what should I do? Same for campaign CTR, but the icon experiment goes positive. Yeah, I'd say that the campaign CVR is low, right? I'm not sure what could be the reason behind that, but you might want to give a shot to your paid campaigns again, because if you have the right screenshots, right keywords, and everything in place properly, then there shouldn't be any reason why your campaigns are not performing for you. They should be performing for you and give you the best results possible. So keep optimizing on those paid ads that you are running so far. Now, I'm not saying I don't know whether you are talking about Google or Apple here, but then if you can elaborate on that, then I can give you more context on that. Okay. Heck of a job your Steve is paying you is not enough. Thanks, man. All right. Kalpesh Lahar, no worries, Yash. Kalpesh, feel free to share your question and answer that one. Ahmedabad, Ahmedabad, I'm so sorry, I read your name in a wrong way, but Ahmed Fraz. Sorry about that, man. We only use Google Ads for iOS games promotion. What should be the next platform for indie games with say $1K per month? Games, ASA is pretty competitive, because what we have seen from our end is that pretty much everyone is actually jumping on ASA, because ASA is like, ASA is pretty much easy to handle, and that's why everyone feels like they should jump on ASA. So, and that's why since we all are competing for the same space, ASA has become like really expensive for certain categories. For example, from what I know, health and fitness is one, and then health and fitness is one for sure, and then I think utilities and productivity has also started to become more expensive, and games for sure have always been expensive on ASA, I would say, until unless you have like really high download velocity coming in for your game so far. So I would say that don't go after ASA. If you have, I would say just try it, see what happens after that. Only go, like I said, only go after 10 to 15 keywords and see what happens on those keywords after that, whether you would be able to um, generate installs in a lower CPAs. The other thing that you might want to try is that, give a CPA goal on an ad group level and see what happens after that. I know that the CPA goal would kind of limit your impression share on the Apple search ads, but then you might want to give it a try and see what happens after that. So I'd say ASA for sure, try it, see what happens. If that doesn't work, then I would say that, now we are talking on a budget here. I don't, something on a budget here. So $1K per month. I don't think that TikTok and FB are gonna help you at all, because we just did one of our live streams with another guest of ours who was a Facebook expert, who is a Facebook expert, and he kind of recommended us on the live stream itself, recommended everyone over the live stream itself that, until unless you are spending close to $600 a day on FB, he doesn't really find any sense of running FB, because it takes a lot of time for FB to learn your ads and to optimize your ads according to that. So until unless you don't have like that kind of budget, don't run FB. You'd be just ending up wasting your money. So I would say start with Apple search ads, see what happens, and then go on to Google ads. So we only use Google ads. So you're only doing Google ads right now, right? So yeah, try ASA and then see what happens after that. And then, yeah. And for more information, I would just like to say, Ahmed, join our App Masters Academy. You'll find a lot of information over there. This is for everyone out here, right? If you guys are not aware about our academy, join our academy and you'll be able to find lots of exclusive content from Steve's end over there. We do have a community which is specially dedicated towards the individuals who have joined the academy, wherein we discuss everything in that community so far. So go in, join an academy, and then you'd be able to figure out more better answers, and then more answers from everyone around the mobile marketing space. Most, I mean, you'd be getting advices from the best of the best, right? So it's worth it. That's what I would say. All right. Ahmed, I'm so sorry about that again. But yeah, Kalpesh, I'm not sure what you were saying here, dude. Okay, Kalpesh, I'm planning to launch app on App Store next month and already having app on Play Store. Is it good decision, or I just get more hands dirty with Play Store with paid marketing? No, dude. Google Play and App Store are completely different to each other. So just go ahead and launch your app and wait for it. If you have the app ready, go ahead and launch it. And then, like I said, like we did for our app earlier with this one, if you guys, so with this one right here, we were like doing in November 2023 when we launched this app, for which we are currently running Apple Search Ads Basic. We followed that greatest hack that we had already shared in our podcast earlier. Follow that greatest hack, and you'd certainly be able to see a good number of ratings and reviews, and hopefully some sales coming in too. So don't wait, just go for it, see what happens. Okay. And then Ahmed has another question. Sure, that is very customized answer. Thank you, Yash. Your replies are really immaculate. Keep it up. Thanks, Ahmed. Thank you so much for that. All right. I think we are done with all the questions here. If you guys have any more questions, I'll be here for like, let's say 2 or 3 more minutes. Let's see if you guys have any questions, and I'll be here to answer those questions for you. So feel free to share those. Meanwhile, if I'm forgetting to share anything, I'll share it with you guys. I think I've pretty much covered everything from my end so far. So yeah, and that's it. Feel free to shoot your questions if in case you have one. I'll just stick around for a while, a couple more minutes. Okay. All right. If in case I haven't shared anything from my presentation, I'll take a peek at that as well. Ooh, wrong screen. Okay. Share screen, and then the presentation, and then I would to add to stage. There you go. Okay, let's see this real quick if I haven't covered anything. And I just want to make sure that you guys have seen this presentation carefully. So ASO and ASA tricks on a budget, why you need to add app and free in your keywords. I've already told you guys on that front. Autofills is a way to go. If you are here somewhere in the autofills, you are more likely to get more installs, even though if that is a 5 traffic keyword, doesn't really matter, right? Because people are more likely to click on this autofills and then download the application after that. So make sure that you are ranking at number 1 position for that particular keyword. And then if that particular keyword happens to appear at this place, then you're going to make some money, dude. Don't worry about that if you have right things in place. All right, then I shared some quick examples about vision board and blood pressure app, about these autofills. And then I shared that dash app is the new.com regarding Google Ads. I've already shared it, that bid on this keyword, see if you can, especially if it has good searches. So sometimes, okay, so one thing I forgot to share with you guys, sometimes what happens is that, there could be some keywords that are like mentioned that could be here. Like, for example, let's just, in a hypothetical situation, let's just measure that VPN app or VPN for iPhone free doesn't have any volume as such on the App Store in India. Okay. Now, but what if it has good volume on the Google search engine? So I'd really go after the keyword on Google search after that. If in case I get to figure out that there are like close to 4,000 or even 3,000 searches, I would just go after that particular term with Google Ads. See what happens after that. Okay, and then I shared that Vietnamese is the localization to go after Spanish Mexico, because we have found out that Vietnamese is as powerful as Spanish Mexico. So there are no hard facts that I have that it is actually that powerful, but that's what we have found out. You might want to test it and see what happens after that. But make sure that you have the right keywords at the right places, and let us know once you've optimized like this, like I have done it here, going after all the high traffic and lower difficulty keywords. Just all about your keyword research, guys. If you have the right keyword research in place, you'll be able to find out the right keywords and you'll be able to target them at the better places, and you'll be able to see the results after that. Okay, experimenting with long tail keywords. Yes, that is correct. I've already told you guys about that. So make sure that if you find out any long tail keyword for yourself, you're targeting that in your title or your subtitle so that you can see results like these guys are seeing right now. Okay, subtitle, I've already told you guys about that. So I've just heard that it's not been very recent. It's been quite a time, but I haven't been finding time to, just testing this. Now I have finally made a decision that I'm going to test this and see what happens after that. So yeah, in case of a new app, go for it, because you might not want to fidget your subtitle and you might not want to fidget your rankings. You already have a old app and picture which is already earning decent downloads or revenues for you. So if in case of a new app or an app which is like 2 months old and you haven't been seeing any traction, then maybe not having a subtitle and just having your main focus keywords in the title and running Apple search ads on that keyword after that will actually help you get a better organic ranking on that particular keyword if you test this. So test this and let us know if you get to see some data on this. And then I talked about screenshot marketing copies that actually work. So just make sure that you are mentioning your focus keyword in the very first screenshot. Now, doesn't really matter if you are going to claim that you are number 1 dash app, but you can just integrate that keyword by any means possible in your first screenshot, because if someone is landing, so like I mentioned over here in the very first point, get users to see what they want to see. So if someone is say coming with a keyword called green noise, right, inside your in your product page, and what they get to see in the very first screenshot is green noise again, then they're more likely to download our application. So if someone is coming, if your app is really dedicated towards sleep sounds, for example, so if someone is coming with pink noise and they get to see pink noise as a keyword in the second screenshot somewhere, right, and you already have it targeted somewhere in your subtitle or keywords field, then they are more likely to download our application after that. So make sure that you are always focused towards having the main features, especially the keywords, and lean in with your keywords in your screenshot marketing copies to get those product page views converted into the download numbers. All right. And then I shared that if you don't want to optimize on these 10 screens, and if you only feel like I just want to do 6 screenshots, then feel free to make adjustments according to that. So you can just do this social proof CTA. If you have like 6 screenshots that you want to consider, then mention this one, and then social proof, then CTA, and then one more feature that you want to mention, then testimonial after that, and then just convey what your application does in a short and sweet way. like I shared you with an example, I just recently saw an application which is a product scanner. It just says that when in doubt, scan it. So convey your message in a short and sweet way. The other thing that I shared is that if you can't make it on iPhone, see what your iPad is helping on, and then yeah, see your iPad numbers, both from the download and revenues perspective, and optimize on the basis of that. You might want to optimize. Okay, one more thing here to consider is that, if you are not seeing any traction from the iPhone side of things, then you might have to uh, you know optimize your metadata from the iPad front, not from the iPhone front anymore, right? So before you start leaning in on the iPad strategy, like totally focus towards the iPad strategy, now make sure that you change your metadata again, and then figure out what is the search volume for this particular keyword on the iPad side of things, and then optimize your metadata according to that, and then run your Apple search ads on iPad after that. Okay. And the other things that we shared is like, don't sleep on Apple Search Ads Basic, actually helping, and you may get good help from Apple Search Ads Basic. So that is the next thing to try. All right. Okay, I have some things here. So okay, Kalpesh, thank you, and then thank you for a wonderful session. All right, thank you so much, guys. This podcast now comes to an end, and then next Friday you'll see Steve all the way from Hawaii. He'll be hosting from Hawaii, and then he'll let you know, guys, more on other things that you might want to listen about. So we'll let you know, guys, about what he's going to be talking about in our LinkedIn, in every social media platform, and then yeah, make sure that you join that live stream as well, straight from Hawaii. All right, thank you so much, guys. I'll see you later, and then feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn, on my Twitter handle. You'll find it in my LinkedIn, my Twitter handle as well. And then make sure that you connect with me, and feel free to ask your questions with me. I'll be more than happy to answer you with all your questions that you have. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Happy Good Friday to all of you. And then I wish you all the best for all your future endeavors. I hope everyone gets to earn good revenues from their applications now. All right. Bye-bye. See ya.